All right, guys. Hello. It is I, and it is not Nihilus. Hello. Welcome to stream. This is going to be the second time UKN Fantasia has played against KFC. Right, the first time that this has happened, it was it was pretty exciting. It went to a game five, and UKN Fantasia actually pushed a pretty big push against Kevin Fan Club, and they actually, like Kevin Fan Club, not an easy team to beat. We know that Hardstuck did manage to take him down, but I mean, at that time they were 2-0. So yeah, this is still going to be pretty good. I know UK and Fantasia I think picked up somebody from Hardstuck. I think they picked up one of the DPS players. They actually wanted to pick up both uh, Tiny Donut and the other, what was his name, Big Time 7 something. Yeah, Big Time 27. Big Time, yeah. They wanted to pick up both. Because they were having trouble with one of their DPS's connection. And I did decline them the right to pick up both. I said that you have an issue. Your DPS player was disconnecting, and I'm going to allow you to resolve that by getting one person to replace that, not two. Right? And so I think they only picked up Tiny Donut. But what that means is that the Tiny Donut emote in the chat is still relevant. And actually, that is not UK and Fantasia. That is that's aimless esports that I'm thinking about. No, dude. Okay, delete the footage. Hold on, let me change this. Okay, I was confused because I didn't have this updated. UKN Fantasia and not Plant Gang. Who are they? Let's be real. Kevin Fan Club. Oh no, you actually put on the other side. Okay, UKN's on this side. Let me do this. Okay, and on this side, I'm going to have to put Kevin Fan Club because you've got him in the other way. That's okay, though. Oh, no. Give me that perk. Okay. Let me update that. So the title should be updated. And then I got to change this around the blue team. This is going to be actually Kevin Fan Club 0. Of course, I have to resize every window every time it comes up. And this side's going to read UKN Fantasia. So as you guys can see, I am starting to try to get the scoreboard a little bit more clear over here. So you can see the names of the teams on the top. And I'm trying to also, man, I swear every time it's bigger than my monitor. There we go. So I got it fixed. We got Kevin Fan Club and UK and Fantasia on the top. And when we go into the actual game view, you're also going to see those two scores at the top, and they're going to be on the correct side that I see here, right? Because that's why I just actually flipped them because you have Kevin on the left. So I have Kevin on the left in the stream title, Kevin on the left on the scoreboard, and Kevin on the left for the caster's desk. Trying to keep all that consistent, make it easier to watch. But yeah, anyway, how are people looking? Are we ready to go? Oh, oh, gotcha. Who is lobby owner? Shouldn't they have a crown? No, you have it. You have it. You have it. You have a crown. Okay, good, good, good. Okay. Fantasia. Yeah. Clockwork's added himself to the Fantasia roster, by the way. He was a big FAR player last season in the LFGS Summer 2022 tournament. Came back a little bit rusty, so he's a little bit rusty right now. He counts as a Plat 5 when it comes to Plat 5. I think he's technically Gold 1, but he counts as a Plat 5 here. But me too, yeah, dude, me too, absolutely. However, you don't have to be very, very good at Pharah to be good at Pharah. So we'll see what happens there if they even bring in Pharah. Really, honestly. Wow. Someone in the class. Yeah, we are. Someone in the chat says, "Is it Nihilus or Nihilas?" With a U? I screwed it up. Oh. I don't know. I'm bad. Wow. Big spoilers. Spoiler. Yeah. Also, Snape killed Dumbledore. That's big spoilers. I'm sorry. Oh, they said they can't hear Nihilus. Give me a second while I fix that, because that's a big deal. Let's see. I think it's this. Discord. Copy into the caster's desk. Okay, can you talk again?
I am talking now.
There we go. You should be in here now. We're good.
I not heard? Oh my gosh.
It was me. I'm big stupid. Okay. No, we're good. I had to add your voice onto both the caster's desk scene and onto the Overwatch scene when I switch it over.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right, so
Chat,
we're all
you
ready.
guys didn't miss much.
You didn't miss much. He just told us the meaning of life, and if you missed that, I'm sorry.
Yeah, unfortunate. I can't repeat it now, so unfortunately, that's that. Okay, we're just waiting on our teams at this point. I'm glad we're getting done with the pre-game. Everyone's getting in here. We're good to go. Do we have a map pick from either team? I mean, Lijiang, I think Kevin Fan Club has map pick, right? So they should get their choice there. So Lijiang, I imagine, is what they picked.
I think so, and only because no one in their right mind has ever not picked Lijiang. Like, that'd be kind of weird if they didn't.
It's true.
It's true.
It's true. Do we even have to ask at this point?
I don't think
Our teams love Lijiang. And with good purpose. It's Lijiang. Who doesn't like Lijiang?
Lijiang, yeah, Lijiang. It's like it's spelled like Lijiang.
I say Lijiang, but I could see it going either way. It could definitely go either way.
Do you know it's spelled? Can you spell Lijiang off the top of your head without looking?
Lijiang.
Okay, you can. All right.
Yes.
Got that. 2 eyes.
All right. Both our teams are ready, so we can go ahead and dive on in.
All right. We're gonna. Oh
boy. Asmin, this is exciting. I went back and I watched Kevin Fan Club versus UKN Fantasia. That was a week 4 matchup that went to game 5, as you mentioned earlier. And it was really, really close. It was a heater. It was really, really close.
You love seeing those close games because, man, Summer 2022's tournament was like, it was such a 4-0 tournament, and it felt so bad. But this tournament has turned out so much better. Love seeing all the non-4-0s because these are the matches we live for. These are the ones we remember, right? And that's the kind of content we want to bring you. For sure.
Lots of upsets and stuff too. You know, anything could happen. Kevin Fan Club, I think they're our 2nd seed in these playoffs, right?
Yeah.
But anything could happen, especially with a team like UKN Fantasia, who, like, is it just me or have they really snuck into these playoffs? Not snuck in as though they barely got in, but I feel like there hasn't been a lot of attention on this team. But they're really good. They're really, really good.
I think this is the first time that they've actually fielded their new player, Anonymax, who has come from UKN Unknown. That was the UKN Unknown tank, I believe. Now playing tank for UKN Fantasia.
So we see the Symmetra teleporter so they can get to that neutral ground as quickly as possible. We see the Winston coming out from Anonymax and a Reaper in response from Kevin Fan Club. So we'll see how they're able to approach that. They've got Symmetra turrets set up on that point already. It's going to be a little tough to get in here, but Winston slowly making his way through, and there's a pick early by Tracer, but immediately responded. Another pick going the way of Fantasia, and they're looking pretty good in this fight.
Ice is actually cracked. Coming into the back line here and just tearing the enemy apart, despite losing your main tank. Doesn't matter, they still have a tank alive, and his name is Ice on the Tracer, just making so much space for the team. Incredible stuff.
Yeah, Ice really just takes charge of that fight there and gets 4 picks, I think, in order to seal that fight. That was huge.
That was blisteringly cold, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Little dad joke there for you guys in there.
We see Fantasia moving around to the left side of the map now. They're going to try and take this far angle, see how they can move in there. Winston's going to make this a little bit difficult. He's going to try and suffocate this as much as possible. He jumps right in, and there is a big ante, but he's not able to find the follow-up, and he's going to get taken out pretty early. Now Kevin Fan Club has a pick advantage moving into this fight.
A little bit of a pick advantage for sure, and this is going to pretty much cause UKN Fantasia to default. Oh my god, that was nasty, Call Me Frost, going for the double boom. Gets the second one, Apollo not quite able to find his footing there. Should have tied his shoes. That's going to be a Lucio diff in favor of Call Me Frost. Oh my gosh.
Right there.
Looks like Anonymous going to match match the Orisa.
Yeah, and I think it's a good call. Having to go straight into that Reaper, into the Hanzo even, that's going to be pretty tough. So swapping to the Orisa, I think definitely a good call. They're going to take the exact same route here, taking that far angle, and they're going to push in while they have a little bit of ground to work with here, but get stopped right there by, and a big boot from the Orisa!
That's
oh my
huge.
god! 2 off the side of the map, and that's going to be a dominant fight win.
That is pretty dominant, honestly. Great defense from Kevin Fan Club there. It just, like, not even giving him an inch. Crazy.
Yeah, you see Fantasia immediately tries to move around while they've got a little space to work with, but Orisa just gets directly into their face. And the supports are so good there, keeping her alive, allowing her to not give an inch up to Fantasia.
Definitely. Fantasia here kind of taking a moment to make the next push here because they got Ice moving off the Tracer onto the Sojourn. I think that's a solid pick here. So we'll see. And we see the beat in response to the Dragon. And again, no way, Big Guy just does it again, pushing Ice off of the edge. Loop Ditch goes for the Blossom as Big Guy tries to respond with the Terra Surge, but doesn't really find much.
Blossoms popping up all over the place. We got a bunch more picks going the way of Fantasia. They're able to just survive that fight long enough and take it.
Wow.
Man.
Absolute cockroaches from Fantasia's side here, just staying alive for so long. Ice now back to the playfield, and we see next push going to go probably White Room again, or maybe not. It looks like Big Guy maybe thinking about coming over bridge here. Better not get booped off by Apollo. It looks like they are able to dodge all the environmental kills. Window goes down, pretty awkward spot there. We see Beat come out from Call Me Frost, and the fight doesn't seem to be happening on point at the moment, but it might be sort of shifting over to point. We see Anonymax comes out with the Terra Surge, finds a couple. That's a huge couple of picks there from Anonymax. Wow.
Your Kevin Fan Club, you gotta regroup quickly here. There's only 25 seconds left on the clock for you to retouch. Yeah, that window comes out pretty early, and it's a little bit awkward, but they are able to maneuver around it. You get just enough value out of it, and when the Terra Surge comes out and gets that pick, they're just able to crumble everything from there.
Can I just say Anonymax on the Orisa looking really good. Like, good call, swap into that Orisa. Yeah, definitely. This Dragon
comes out
pretty
here.
solid. Go ahead.
Kevin Fan Club has control of that point right now. Fantasia's slowly starting to creep in. There goes Kameda too. One of the DPS goes down. We see the Reaper on the side there. He's looking for something. 92% to his Blossom. Kitsune Rush coming out from the side of Kevin Fan Club. Even picks so far. And a Sound Barrier coming alive just to make sure Fantasia stays in this fight. Here's the Blossom. It's not going to get much aside from the Lucio. Orisa trying to soak up as much of that damage as possible. And Ice also gets a pick onto the DPS in the meantime. That's a lot of picks going the way of UKN Fantasia. And map 1 goes to them.
As Anon's on the Doomfist there at the end there. Wish we could have seen a little bit of that.
Trying to get back to point as quickly as possible. Maybe slam some people in the process. You never know.
Maybe slam some people in the process.
That's the dream. That's the Doomfist dream. I was looking maybe we were going to get a Reinhardt Ditto for a second there. Anonymax swapping around, keeping us on our toes a little bit. You might see the Ball, might see the Zarya, might see the Rhine. Who knows? That was a close first match. I really, really liked that. It was a ton of fun. I'm excited to see how we do on this second map here. Symmetra Turret coming out immediately from the side of Kevin Fan Club. They want to get here as quickly as possible and take this mid-choke area as quickly as they can. Of course, Junkrat coming out on both sides. They're going to be spamming mines as much as possible, just hoping to get a pick.
Trying to get that pick for sure, and I think the spam is going to come better from the team that makes it to White Room first, and Kevin Fan Club is the one that kind of made it to that White Room first. However, at this point, while it is hot on point for UK, oh no, okay, no, yeah, Kevin Fan Club is definitely pushing ahead on this. Getting the picks they need.
Going the way of Fantasia, but looks like they're going to clean this up pretty easy. You see Loop Dage on that Junkrat just getting out of there. That's going to be a reset. Starting off strong if you're Kevin Fan Club.
Yeah, and Kevin Fan Club now has is well ready to like hold down this choke as much as possible. And Loop Dage down here, I'm not sure how. Okay, Loop Dage not.
Oh, huge shatter, but out comes the invincibility. They are able to clean up a couple picks here, so the shatter is going to be just enough to take it. But you see that the turrets start stinging a big guy there, and he turns around, or excuse me, Anonymax there for just a second. They sting him for just a second. He looks to see what the damage is, if he can take out those turrets, and while his shield is down, a huge shatter coming out the way of big guy, and they're going to take that fight off that one ult alone. But here comes in the Tire, looking for something, investigating, seeing what they can find. Reinhardt's in trouble.
Oh, wait, no. Wait, not the
Oh,
Reinhardt.
it just stays up forever. Oh my god, Junkrat
God.
is so broken. Both supports down.
Oh my god, Tire's insane.
This is out for so long. It's just Junkrat left. Not gonna hang in there for much longer.
You know what they say?
That's...
The longer the tire lasts, the harder it rides, dude. Like
it's true.
So
that
true.
Is, they say that all the time.
They even though I did say they say that, I did just completely make that up. So they probably don't say that. Here comes the window fire strike. Doesn't really find anything, and immediately they just teleport behind it. Oh my god, the map flip is actually incredible from Fan Club. They're already on point.
They have just full control of the point right here. Ice able to contest for a second, but they flip it back in their control.
Amazing. Ice trying to hold that as much as possible, but here now Kevin Fan Club has point. However, if I were to say, I think that Fantasia actually does have better space to take it, but not if you get shattered by big guy KFC there. Big guy FC.
Another big shatter coming out from them. Oh my god. Is the Lucio going to be able to get away? Lucio and Tracer on the left side here. They're kind of taking their time, and it looks like they'll be safe for now. Reinhardt comes in. Fantasia. The rest of the team coming in, but this Kitsune rush is going to make it a really, really hard. And there's a Tire coming the way. Oh, but a nice sound barrier in response. They start to push in. Is the Tire going to get any value? Doesn't look like it. A nice pick going the way of Ice there to start things off.
The shatter comes out. It doesn't find anything, but Kevin Fan Club here on point, just trying to hold as long as they can. I mean, if they can hold this to 99, they're going to feel good. They don't necessarily have to win this fight. And it doesn't look like they are going to, as 2 picks go in the way of Kevin Fantasia. That's 3. They're going to be able to clean this up. Fantasia going to be able to recap this point and start holding the choke again. Now, it looks like UKN Fantasia is having a lot of trouble like holding the point once they have it. So maybe that's their defense lacking, or maybe it's because Kevin Fan Club's like offense is just insanely good. We'll see.
I mean, part of it too is Ice is just getting these huge opening picks on this Tracer. It's so much easier to do that when you're able to flank some healers that are on support or on point. But when they're coming in on defense like this, it's so much harder. But a huge fire strike helped out by that window there, getting 2 big picks and another kill onto the Rhine. Fantasia may have had some issues holding the point earlier, but nice so far. You've got about 40 seconds left to hold this. Can they pull it off?
I think they can pull it off. We got Looptage with the Tire. If he just rides it hard, we're going to see some stuff happening here. Here comes a fire strike. Couple fire strikes coming out. No window behind it. It's not going to be super lethal. Here comes the Tire. Just going to make time, make space. And the shatter comes down. It's an earthquaking shatter from Big Guy FC. It hits 3 people, and that's going to be the picks they need to walk in hard. Over, look at Looptage. Junkrat kills a couple, and now suddenly your push doesn't look so good if you're KFC. Maybe you're regrouping here.
In response from Loop Dage, a huge performance right there to keep your team in this match, because it was looking bad. That shatter was looking really, really unfortunate, but he keeps his team in this match, and now with just a couple seconds left on the clock, we're going into last fight territory for this map.
And if UKN Fantasia wins this is like map 1 for them. So this is really big. Lamp down here for KFC, or sorry, for Fantasia. And Big Guy picks up 2. It's huge. The Shatter's blocked. The Pulse Bomb comes down. It hits nothing. And at this point, it's just UKN Fantasia on their last limbs. Can they hold on? Overtime is ticking.
It's down to Ice. And Ice, this big Tracer Ditto right here. One of them's going to come out on top. You know, John Joe is looking for it right here, and there goes the Tracer elimination. That's going to seal things on map 2. Wow. In the way of Kevin Fan Club. That Tracer Ditto was looking real scary for a second there.
Wow. The chat's just really like smart. Ice cold. Nana maxed out.
Really, really smart there, too, by Potter? John Joe?
Potter John Joe, yeah.
Potter John Joe, to just put pressure on the Tracer too, right?
Yeah.
Of course she's going to be able to come back in. She's going to be able to recontest because she's Tracer. That's what she does, right? But John Joe just gets right in her face. Even dealing just a little bit of damage just makes it so much easier for your team once she does get back on point to take her out quickly, and that's exactly what they did.
Chat is so funny right now. Sorry.
Do I need to have chat open on my
side?
I
think you do. You just got looped. It's just being spammed in the chat.
Oh my god, what a mess. Both teleporters coming in from either side, and they are brawling it out. They are swinging both Reinhardts. But look at the Symmetra turrets coming out the way of UKN Fantasia, just forcing all of Kevin Fan Club back. A big pick onto the Mei there, and it's going to be so difficult to push in now if you're Kevin Fan Club. Those turrets were just dealing so much damage. Teleporter to get out, and the rest of the team is going to be safe aside from that Baptiste here. That's a fight 1 win going the way of UKN Fantasia.
That's crazy. Yeah, that was just a matter of getting there just ever so slightly and getting your turrets down just a little bit quicker, and that couple of milliseconds matters. And what does it matter? Well, it matters the points in favor of UKN Fantasia, and that's how it matters. So that's what you got to deal with.
You know how else it matters? Look at the ult charge for Ice right now. He's got an ultimate already.
That's crazy. We'll take a look at this ult that's coming up from him. And Onimax is super low. Or Big Guy, I mean. Big Guy's super low there. They don't even need the wall.
Damage coming out. Yeah, they don't even need to use any of their ultimates. They've got 3 ultimates up now. They don't need to use a single one.
Who needs the wall when you've got a microwave tier 3? I mean, you don't need anything.
Microwave can get it all done. That's what I say every Saturday night whenever I'm making dinner. Just throw it in there.
I knew you were going to say that, and I watched it for
It's true. Am I wrong?
True.
Oh, here's a big window coming out here, but a shatter in response! A huge shatter right through the window. They charge in. They're going to get a pick onto Ice here, too, and that's going to be a lot of shatter right there. Oh, my God.
Those are the shatters you live for. You know, those are the ones that you pay for pay-per-view, you know. That's the kind of shatter you want to see. Absolutely. Oof. I'm super excited about that. Kamita, probably going to have a big barrage here. I'm calling it.
You know what's even better, too, is that Kevin Fan Club are able to win that fight only using the 1 ultimate. They've almost got 4 ults online. Same with UKN Fantasia. They've got a lot of ults online, too. Look at the barrage. They said no teleporting today. Oh,
dude, Kamita was set up for that. I was watching Kamita's POV, and Kamita just, like, wrapped around to the window, and as soon as they TP'd, she was just right there, dude. That was awesome. What a play from Kamita.
It was such a good shield too. You put it almost in the perfect spot. I really liked the idea of Kamita, just perfect spot at the right time.
Just like predicted the whole play. I mean, that was like 10,000 IQ from Kamita, honestly. Crazy stuff.
Here comes the Reinhardt. They're looking for some loot Age immediately with a huge pick right off the bat. They circle around. Now they're pushing in. Watch the Mercy. She gets shattered out of her res.
Oh, no.
No, not for you. Not today. And all the ults coming in by the side of UKN Fantasia to seal that. Oh, my God.
Seal that, and the clocks are looking pretty even, but one thing to keep in mind is that UKN Fantasia actually has the clock. So they are ahead in this moment. They're going to be pulling ahead, and this is probably going to take them close to 99. They're going to look to play this fight as long as possible. KFC just wants to get this back quickly. Look at Hanzo, Potter John Joe on the flank, trying to find something, throws the dragon through main. This is going to open up so much space for their team. Big Guy just swinging his heart out, trying to take up all the space from Anonymax. It's working a little bit. Lunar finds TTV Echo Mage as they take down, and then KFC just throws a huge shatter in the middle of the garden, finds all the picks they need, and this is going to flip it back over to their side.
Hanzo ult to open things up was so good. You saw it split the team up perfectly, and they weren't. Kevin Fan Club just really wasn't, or excuse me, Fantasia just really wasn't able to get back together following that Hanzo ult. With a Reinhardt in your face, with a Reaper in your face, they just weren't able to get quite back together. Kevin Fan Club takes advantage of that super hard with a nice shatter, some good ultimates there.
Look at this rotation all the way to the other
way
side. This is interesting. You do not see this very often, this sort of map flip, because, I mean, it's super telegraphed is the problem. Are they going to be able to get advantage from it? Look at that. Oh, my way, Looter off the edge. It's
Watch
huge.
the shatter, too. Reinhardt's out of the fight. Watch the shatter. Oh, he gets killed out of it. What a huge play. What a play right there. I think the Window and the Baptiste were just able to get the kill so fast. Oh, what a play.
What was that, dude? They were right there.
Man, we were hyping up this match before it started, and what a start already. That was a huge, that was a sick first game. Look at that boop, too.
That was crazy. That was so close.
That was crazy, crazy close.
Wow.
Oh my god. Oh, we're in for a banger today.
I think
we are in for a banger.
Is this the 17 map banger that we were talking about in general?
Here's hoping, right? 10 ties in a row, it can happen.
Well, it would have to be 12 ties, actually.
12 ties.
Not in a row
12
either.
ties.
They're just, sprinkled around the entire.
Well, I think after the 10th tie,
match.
at that point you have to extend it just to see how long we can go, right? At that point,
just keep going.
Who cares about Overwatch anymore? This is a legendary moment between these two teams.
Yeah, no, this is super legendary.
What a great first map. All right. We have one that's not feeling well. We still play, but may need to pause, just letting you know. Okay, Apollo coming in with that. UKN Fantasia mentioning that. Okay, good to know, good to know.
Oh, I hope they're feeling okay.
Yeah, I hope they're feeling all right. Hope they're feeling okay.
And that pin hurt my soul. Poor Looter.
What a sick first map. That was really fun. That was a good one.
That was such a good first map.
Mm-hmm. And, might I add, loser of this, they're going to have a tough time in loser's bracket because they're going to be playing Plant Gang. Can I just say, that's tough.
That's tough.
I hear that team's pretty good. I hear
Hell
that
yeah.
team's all right. I hear that team's okay.
Dang.
What can I say?
I hope we can get through this bracket here within a reasonable amount of time. I know it's probably going to take a little bit, and I was expecting maybe 3 weeks, but it might not be that quick, especially if it goes to like an ultra grand finals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This might be a 4-week kind of thing. We'll see, but yeah, we'll see. I wanted a little bit more time between the end of this tournament and the beginning of featured scrims, but it might not be as much time as I thought. We'll see.
All right. We have the map pick coming out.
Okay. Parisio?
Is Pariso. Or Parisio? Pariso? I always
get
that one wrong
says
too.
Pariseo or something. Parisio.
Oh. That one.
Which doesn't make any sense. Why are they saying CO when it's ISO, not SIO? I think the announcer's legitimately pronouncing it wrong.
You know what? I've had my theories about that for a while. I've had my theories. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it one bit. All right, we're going to move into the second map here.
Yeah. Like, now, Athena, it's pronounced Philadelphia, not Parisio. Like, come on.
Come on. Don't you know?
Don't you know?
Now, from my time reviewing these teams, UK and Fantasia specifically, I've heard a thing or two about this guy, Ice.
Oh, he's
I've heard a thing or two about how good this player is, and I even saw it when I reviewed the matches. Like, really, really good Widow. Really, I mean, we just saw in that previous match a really good Tracer as well, consistently really opening up those fights in a big way. I'm excited, with a long-range map like this, there's a lot of spots for you to pull out a Widowmaker. I'm excited to see what they do here. Of course, UK and Fantasia is going to start on offense, and Ice is going to keep that Tracer out for the time being.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Ice is going to do here. Ice really, just an incredible player, incredible DPS player for UKN Fantasia. However, watching that game on Lijiang, Luptage also has incredible game himself, and there's definitely some big plays there that had Luptage not done, we wouldn't have seen a game 3 of that map. Yeah, and so Luptage also bringing in a lot of DPS game, and I'm excited to see what both of them are going to do tonight.
This whole team's pretty cracked.
Yeah.
UKN Fantasia is super cracked.
It is.
But the thing I always come back to with Kevin Fan Club is the supports. Surprisingly enough, like Equal Mage, every time I've watched them play, they're always getting these really early Kiriko picks, or right now on the Zenyatta. And just like that, did I not just say? Apollo immediately coming in for the res. Smart keeping this a 5v5, but wow, just like that. Equal Mage, what a goal! Oh, big kill onto the Mercy too!
He didn't even mean to do it. He went for a different hook, and Mercy just landed in it. Oh
no way!
Sucks for Mercy. No. We don't see a whole lot of Hog these days. After the patch, Hog is not very good anymore, but we're still going to see Hog in lower elo play. It's still decent. It still can get some one shots. It's just a lot harder to do, and so it's kind of nice to see a little bit of that. You see, Nanamax jumps on top of the high ground, tries to make a play there. Potterjohn Joe just ready for it immediately, finds the rail directly on top of Anonymax. As we see, Comic Frox now reses Equal Mage.
Yeah, Winston just jumps in there and immediately gets shredded. It's very interesting seeing where the whole team is playing. You got Roadhog just so forward. I mean, he's just able to soak up so much damage for free. It doesn't really matter. The rest of the team so far back. So even if you do aggress on the Roadhog, you're just going to have so many bullets in your face. And look at another crazy pick coming out from Equal Mage onto Ice.
Equal Mage crazy.
Hasn't really been able to put a lot of pressure because they're so far back. Hasn't been able to put a lot of pressure onto these supports, onto this backline at all, really.
Right. And you think that maybe UKN Fantasia, if this Hog actually is a problem, you think they swap to Ana and just shut this down, but they haven't done that yet. Oh, here they are. Now Lunar just swapped the Ana as I just said that. So now they're going to play the Ana. They're going to shut this down. And as soon as Big Guy gets purpled and potentially slept, this dive comp from UKN Fantasia should just rip him to shreds. So we'll see if that actually happens.
We'll see how it goes. Excellent Giga Brain call coming out from Asmund right there, suggesting the Ana play, and it happens immediately. Here comes the Echo Swap onto the Ashe. Bob is going to come out if they aren't able to take her out of it as quickly as possible. Oh, she does have a little bit of time left. You see the Transcendence coming out, and Bob is on point. She's not going to last, or he's not going to last super long. Bob going the other way for Kevin Fan Club, too. We see a little bit of a Bob duel here. Lots of every single ultimate used in that fight, actually, if you look on the side of Kevin Fan Club. But they get the fight win, right? I mean,
that's all that
whatever
matters.
It takes.
That's all that matters, because what else are you really afraid of coming up from UKN? I mean, that they're close to Nano, they're kind of close to Bob, but they don't have Bob yet. They got time.
It's Ashe in the back line, too. She's going to get picked so late.
Oh, Big Guy just clearing it up. No, you got to stick close together. You really have to make a play on this Hog, especially when the Hog goes that out of position. You got to be there. Play has to be made here. And what you can see is UKN Fantasia now holding way back, doing a full regroup here. No overextending at all, no peeking at all. One hook can put you straight back in the spawn room, and that is the big threat here.
The D.Va diving in immediately, but she isn't able to make it to the high ground there. The Reaper, the rest of the team starts to move on to the point. D.Va getting in the face of the backline, and there's two big picks right there. The Zenyatta and the Ashe going down. Finally, the picks go in the way of UKN Fantasia. They're able to open things up with a huge play by that D.Va, separating the supports from the rest of the team. That's going to be, at last, this first point opening up.
Yes, and what the real deciding factor was is they decided to finally switch to dive break. Thank you, Apollo, for showing us how to actually play this team comp. You do see Apollo on the brig there, and they are technically playing a dive comp. So I can absolutely say that he's playing dive break for sure. And that is why they won that for sure, definitely. Anyway, you see the Ramatra swap from Big Guy.
I've heard the legends about dive brig. She is terrifying.
She's actually pretty good right now, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
it's actually pretty solid in this patch. Anyway, we see now Ramatra swap for KFC, and that has in the past gone pretty well for them. So we'll see how they're going to play Ramatra here. Basically, it looks like it's just going to hold this high ground as much as possible. There's a lot of big high ground sight lines on the defense here, where you're on top of all these buildings, just an insurmountable amount of high ground. So that's pretty much what they're playing for here. Play range pressure heroes, get on that high ground, hold it as much as possible. As we see Big Guy going in with the muscles, perhaps a little bit too deep, has to kind of retreat there.
He's going to be able to make it out of that situation. Bob comes out, starts to put, but the Transcendence just immediately comes out from the Zenyatta. Does not want to deal with that at all. We see a high ground fight right there, which John Joe is going to lose. Bob, in response from Kevin Fan Club, comes out onto the point, but another 2 picks, and that's your backline. Your support's going down. And UKN Fantasia is going to continue to push forward here.
Yeah, the Nano and the Diva there, pretty strong, and it looks like they were trying to respond to the Bob with a Transcendence instead of just discording the Bob. So not enough damage put on the Bob in a small enough amount of time, and it was too much of a distraction for them. Coming into this next fight, we're gonna see potentially Reaper ult or
Reaper ult in the backline, Luke Cage with 2 big picks.
That's big.
Apollo does get picked here, so they are down a support, but that's another support down on the side of Kevin Fan Club. UKN Fantasia just needs to take out this Ramatra, and they're going to have point 2 wrapped up.
Wow. What a great sleep from Lunar, too, to sleep the annihilating Ramatra so that it didn't get out of hand there. Kind of just lost the annihilation to the sleep dart. Huge counterplay from Lunar.
A huge play indeed. UKN Fantasia begins their trek into this point 3. This is a weird point. Lots of high ground to work with here. I always
weird
have
high
no
ground,
idea what to do.
Isn't it? Yeah, it's always really weird. It's not just high ground, it's these crazy angles that you have to play with.
Yeah, for real. And watch Anonymax with the Diva Bomb. It's going to drop it on this bridge here. Orisa is going to be able to avoid it just barely, but Sojourn not so much. And that's going to give them a little bit of room to play with here.
Definitely a lot, especially after the dynamite from Ice just pushes KFC off of the high ground entirely. Look at KFC's space they're playing with. It's almost nothing, as Potter John Joe is going to try to create space from nowhere, overclocking on the sideline here. Just clicking just like crazy, clicking his heart out here, trying to find anything. Goes to the high ground, looking at Ice, trying to find Ice. Ice throws a dynamite in response. Nothing was able to be found from overclock, and what you're looking at here is KFC just has the space in front of point, holding it for dear life with Kitsune Rush. And the Kitsune Rush is gone. Now Bob threatens the space behind them as Anonymax gets a pick onto Potter John Joe. That's only 4 left alive. It's now 4v4 on point. Can UKN Fantasia convert this to a victory? It's all coming down to this right here. Call Me Frost holding on for dear life, holding that Valkyrie, but pulls out the Glock for a moment there. Very interesting. Apollo goes for the dive break play. Maybe not the play, but maybe so. Terra Surge comes down. Is it going to find anything? It creates a lot of space. So does Bob. Bob just shooting people off point as much as possible. KFC holding for dear life. Can they hold this? It is so close.
It's an insane fight right now. It's so scrappy, going from both sides. Here's a Diva Bomb dropping directly onto the point, but a great Suzu right there, or excuse me, a great Kunai right there, keeping the team alive. Orisa pushing the Reaper into the back corner. She's just barely able to stay alive this whole time. She finally gets dropped, and Sojourn is the only one left on cart, and UKN Fantasia is going to take this in with an overtime .3 take.
What a
fight. That was insane.
That was crazy. Ash's angle up there, Ice's angle up there at the end was kind of spicy. Just like in the enemy team's spawn, shooting from the entire different angle as Ash. So you know that he had to like walk there. he just freaking mortared that shit. Just went all the way over there.
I mean, it's so tricky too, because you want to get pressure on the Ash. You don't want her to have her way with the entire team, right? But when you've also got to prioritize getting on the point, I mean, she's just got so much free reign in those kind of situations.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And by the way, really good defensive play from UKN Fantasia. Every time Kevin Fan Club had a big ultimate coming out, be it the overclock, be it the Bob, they were always in just the right position to avoid it, right? They were always, taking attention and then diving behind, an obstacle or something like that to deny any value out of these ultimates. They were really, really smart there. And great play from Anonymax, too, protecting the team with that DM.
Definitely. Anonymax's Diva play looking pretty good.
Yeah, for sure. Looking really, really good. Hey, as a Diva player myself, You know, that's what I'm looking for.
Agreed.
You know,
I love D.Va. D.Va's such a
I
good
love
hero.
D.Va
So much fun.
It's very funny looking at my career profile because
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I think Ana is my next most played, and she's got, or maybe Zarya is my next most played, and they've got like 60 hours, and D.Va's at like 200.
Oh,
A bit of a one trick.
Gotcha. I'm not like that kind of a one trick. D.Va's not like my most played, but yeah. It's like probably my favorite. Anyway, as we see coming in here, interesting. We see the Sombra. Sombra hasn't been a great hero until very recently. Actually, has been considered in contenders a tier 1 pick. So interesting to see what Potter John Joe is going to do with it. Yeah, the hack along with Tracer along with Ball together, similar to Overwatch 1, very very hard to deal with. Very high damage.
That composition that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Do have a slight advantage going the way of UKN Fantasia here, but that beam from Echo is going to remove D.Va from her mech as this fight ends, and that's going to be a rough position for UKN Fantasia to be going into this next fight. We see Potter coming around on the Sombra, looking for something in the backline. This is going to be how they're going to get this pressure on this backline here. Through this Sombra, through hacks, you know, they can immediately converge on an enemy with that Winston. I really like what they're doing here. Winston immediately jumps onto the high ground, looking for something on that Ana.
Yeah.
The Ana is is unfortunately going to have to drop, and that frees up the rest of the team to aggress on their DPS and their Mercy. That's 2 picks going the way of Kevin Fan Club, and it's going to be real tough to take this back at this point. I don't even think you try.
Yeah, that's gonna be a little bit too tough with the picks that you have here. I mean, if you're this Ana or Ashe, you really just want to not die and not get yourself staggered. So they're gonna be pulling back. Max just gonna hold the top of Pink Roof just for a little bit here. Make sure it's gonna be controlled by their team. Indeed.
Really great stuff. The plan works accordingly, right? They're able to move right in with the Winston. Winston separates the Ana from the rest of the team. Watch out right here, Loop Dage. Winston jumping directly into those dual shotguns from the Reaper. Do not want that. If there's one thing I know about Overwatch, it's that this monkey is not a fan of Reaper. He's not a cool dude. Ice getting a big pick onto Call Me Frost, and that's going to keep this from progressing much further, I have to imagine.
Yeah,
another big pick.
I think Potter tried to set up something up there on the high ground, just not quite in sync with a Big Guy, and I've noticed that a little bit here and there. Potter John Joe and Big Guy FC trying to play together, but just a little bit out of sync in every single engage. Not quite on the same target, not quite at the same time, and this is what's, I think, holding them back here. If they can get this synchronicity down, I think they can really start rolling with this team comp, but it really is going to take this synchronicity, or just a bunch of ults, which we're about to see right here. I'm pretty sure there's about 4 ults from each team, maybe even 5.
Yeah, there's more than one way to win an Overwatch fight, and using a bunch of ultimates is certainly one way, and I do love the D.Va pick here.
Oh, hell yeah.
Is she able to get the bomb? It does look like she's got it. She's going to drop it right on the supports in the backline. Are they going to get killed? Oh. That's one. That's Ana. Is she able to get another? That would be awesome. Oh, I'd be a real big fan of that. Nope, not able to get it. And a pick going the way of Ice. Ice able to pick off the Kiriko there. Oh, it's a messy fight. Look at all of these ultimates being used here. D.Va drops the bomb just to get back into the mech, and there's Loop Dage coming out with the Blossom. There is able to get a kill onto the Sombra. He's nanoed and on point, and he's just holding it. If you're Echo, you just, I mean, what do you do about that?
Wow. A lot of stuff
coming
out.
Oh, that's what you do about that.
Wait, Kamita got Gloopdage.
Oh my gosh!
Okay.
I mean, Reaper's just out there all alone without any of the healing. He, of course, has to hold the point, but when you don't have any health, Echo is able to get a few nice right clicks there, excuse me, left clicks there, and comes in with the beam, able to get the kill, and now they're in a really good position. This D.Va's really low. She does get demet. Watch Loop Dage on the point right here. He's trying to get a kill onto someone. Oh, it's not quite getting there, but Ice does get a pick onto the Mercy, and that's always such a big pick.
Mercy's such a big pick, especially now. You know, I mean, Mercy's had all these little buffs here and there, and now she's got this sort of burst healing she's got going on. Definitely a key player and can keep people up a little bit better than she used to.
Huge plays right there. UKN Fantasia just able to barely hold on. It was looking pretty dreadful for a second there, honestly.
Looking pretty grim there for just a moment.
We do see Kevin Fan Club pushing up. Now they've got this Sigma pushing up to the far left high ground, right? They're going to come in. You know, I guess they got sick of running this Winston into this Reaper, right? But watch Loop Dage right there around the corner. Doesn't have Blossom, but Reaper still does so much damage, even on his own Sigma without the grasp there. Might take a lot of damage, but he's okay. Gonna move forward slowly but surely. And here comes the Bob from UKN Fantasia.
EMP's
putting
also
an
coming
extra
up.
6th player onto the field. Oh, a big rock right there to deny the high ground, too. That was sick.
Imagine we're going to see an EMP any moment here, just about right now, and that's going to hit quite a few. That hits pretty much everyone there. 5 EMP.
Well, what a play by Ice to immediately take out Potter John Joe. Apollo was in such bad way, right? Because he has the hack, he's taking the extra damage, but immediately from Ice able to get that kill, making sure he keeps his supports alive.
Clutch. As the Twitch chat just spams ice cold, and I think that's very fitting for this moment. These shots from Ice are absolutely ice cold. These shots are coming straight from the polar ice caps. This what more beams can I come up with?
Ice in his veins. It's true.
Ice in his veins.
Ice in his name. Ice in his veins.
The water is officially frozen as you see Ice on this high ground, holding the team down.
Watch Loop Dage too. Oh, watch Widow right in this room. Loop Dage is right on him immediately. Widow is forced to drop and does somehow make it out alive. Team's a bit split up. Who's going to get this first pick here? D.Va dives onto the Kiriko. Kiriko gets taken out of this fight early.
Ooh.
But Potter John Joe gets a nice pick onto Ice.
Oh,
the hit scan dip and a huge getting onto the Mercy there too. The D.Va bomb comes out just to stay alive a little bit longer, does get a kill onto the Mercy, and a Blossom takes out the Widowmaker as well. Oh my god, just like this, UKN Fantasia has turned it around. You wouldn't have believed it. But the Blossom and the crush from the mech come in, and UKN Fantasia, with just 2 left on the point, are able to turn it around and can finish this map too.
That was huge. Ice, well-earned play of the game. I'm not sure which one this is, but yeah, this person is pretty good on the Ashe. Let's just say that.
Unbelievable.
Oh,
nice.
that was
that.
My. Wow. It's a nice coach gun, and then immediately turns around, kills the uncloaked Sombra. Wow.
It's a beauty right there. That is beauty.
Wow. This is a pretty good game to watch. You can like really feel like the higher level of gameplay that we're like seeing in comparison to like previous matches that we've been watching and featuring. Like, this is really high level play, I think, coming from both teams, and like I think both teams are playing it like better than they have for the last bit of the tournament.
I mean, it's 2 top 3 seeds, right? We would expect nothing else, but both teams are playing really, really good right now.
Yeah.
UKN Fantasia is just so coordinated. I mean, like, I don't even know how, like, the call to drop the ultimates in that final fight and somehow keep it alive. I mean, they just find the opportunities where they're like, you know what? I know we're down. I know that we're at a disadvantage, but we're going to pop these ultimates anyway, and we're going to win this fight. I can't get over the crush. I mean, D.Va dropping the bomb and then catching the Mercy as she's trying to fly over. And catching her with the mech was just so sick. Oh, you love to see it. You hate to see it if you're a Kevin Fan Club fan. You hate to see it. But if you're a D.Va fan, you'll love to see it. You really do love to see
the D.Va
it.
fan shit. Yeah, definitely. I'm a big fan. I actually caught the perspective of Potter John Joe doing the thing where he clicked. I think it was the Ashe. I think we clicked one of the snipers up there on the top of the high ground with Widow, and then does the trick shot in mid air. Finds the Guardian Angeling Mercy, clicks right in the head, just so clean. It was
crazy.
So clean.
So he did the jump.
Yeah, he trick shotted like a Mercy at full speed and clicked her in the head at the right moment, just to stop the rest from happening. Like, dude, I'm a fan.
That's crazy. I wasn't spectating. John Joe in that moment, but I saw the 2 picks come in. I saw the Mercy. The Mercy was crazy because it wasn't like she was just kind of sitting there, right? She was flying through the air. It was a crazy shot, and it almost turned the tide. But somehow, listen. All I'm saying is, if I'm Potter John Joe right now, I'm a little upset. Just a little bit, not too mad, right? But I'm just like, come on, guys. What more do we need to do?
Right.
So you ever been in one of those situations where I don't know I don't know what more I can do.
Right.
I get that way a lot whenever I'm
Like
solo queuing in comp.
moving worlds for my team, and they're just like, I don't know, scratching their butt.
I got
something.
3 picks for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get a little assistance here? Come on.
Damn. You know what?
It's been a good match so far, but
Yeah.
I mean, now we take a look. I mean, UKN Fantasia up 2-0.
I'm excited to see if either team decides to hold around, like, you know where you see like the first point, that little rooftop that's kind of right before first point towards coast side.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people starting to like pick up a defense on top of that roof because it's actually a nasty defensive position.
God, yeah. Oh
It's
man,
so
I never
nasty.
see that, but
Yeah, but like,
that is
okay,
nasty.
like you can teleport up there, you can jump up there with BAP, you can wall climb up there, you can jump up there with like all kinds of different tanks can go up there. And if you can just like set up a range pressure from up there, you've got like a perfect cover because you can duck behind the little roof. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it's so good. Like if you're trying to attack into that, like how do you push that?
There's just so many weird spots that you can stand on this map. I mean, it's so new. I haven't been able to been able to figure out like what are the really, really good spots on this map. It's so weird.
Sure.
All right, we see the map. We see the teams starting out. We've got the Ramatra on the side of UKN Fantasia and the Reinhardt on the side of Kevin Fan Club. Swings immediately start coming out from Ramatra. We've got the poke coming in right now. Ramatra trying to get something going. Maybe a kill onto this Kiriko, but Komeda with a big pick onto Apollo. And a nice pin for Ryan there, too.
Yeah, no, good stuff there from KFC to kind of turn that around. You know, just kind of waiting for Fantasia to walk in a little bit too far and overexpose their hitboxes just a little bit too much for the hit scans on KFC. And once they did, they capitalized on it. And I love to see that from KFC, just like really good at punishing mistakes throughout the entire tournament.
Yeah, they've been really, really good. And it's worth saying, these playoffs so far, both of our higher-seeded teams have been able to escape with a victory, no matter how close they've been. Winston dives in and immediately gets shredded. Loop Dage gets a pick onto Soldier to even things out a little bit. But man, what a converge onto that Winston.
Yeah, losing the tank is a bigger deal, and so this is going to be really tough to make. Wait a minute. Might have spoken too soon. Shatter picks up a pick. There's a Shatter. Shatter does find Apollo. Yeah, no, I think the picks are too strong on the side of KFC. Even though KFC does have some losses, I think they're going to be able to hold on to this.
Tracer and the Reaper, there's the call for the retreat. They get out of there, and KFC gets a chance to regroup here. Man, and if you're KFC too, you're feeling pretty good about this hold so far. You're 0-2, you're down 0-2, right? You don't want to be the first team that gets upset in the playoffs, right?
Oh, definitely not.
You're on your last leg already. This is not where you want it to be. But this map one is, I mean, it's crucial, and they're off to a really, really good start. But watch that payload slowly just keeps getting moved. It forces Ryan over, but Soldier does get a really, really great pick onto the Tracer. Watch Loop Dage. He's really, really low right now. Soldier with the Visor coming out. Loop Dage trying to do something about it, but Visor comes in, gets 2 big picks, a third as well. And KFC still in a really great position. Overclock still online.
No, really great stuff from KFC. And at this point, if you're Fantasia, you got to figure out some sort of maybe alternate swing here, because if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you're just going to bang your head into a wall. So we'll see how they adapt.
Definition of insanity, Asmund. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. We see Reaper come in a little bit, just apply some pressure, forcing KFC to kind of rotate around at this point. Ryan's a little bit on his own. Tracer comes in, looking for some pressure onto these supports. Is dancing around. Brig in a really bad spot. Frost needs a little bit of help, and she's going to get picked. Pushing the rest of KFC back into this back room. That's another pick. Both healers down at this point for KFC. And this is where things start to go the way of UKN Fantasia. Reinhardt, the only one left on point. They're going to push this with just 40 seconds left on the clock. They should be able to get this first point. It might be close.
Might be close. It depends on who can touch here. And Potter John Joe's going to see if maybe he can touch. But yeah, he's sliding back. They're not going to attempt to touch here. So KFC, they're going to give that one up. They're going to let him have that one. And I think that, wow, the jump off the edge there by Big Guy is pretty incredible. He drops the shatter. That's a big shatter in play for them, except he does go down there. So not quite sure. In this room, though, we are going to be able to have KFC pretty much hold the room despite losing their tank. They're going to get the other picks they need. So I think well defended there by KFC.
A heroic Reinhardt play that any Reinhardt player would be proud of, giving your life to put your team in a winning position right there. Doesn't get any better than that if you're a Rein main.
But we do see the ultimate sin of any Rein main. Do you see what I'm saying?
It's true. That is true. Winston jumps up onto the high ground, getting a little bit of pressure, allowing them space so they can keep pushing this cart up.
Susie 1 point there, saving him from the pulse bomb. Incredible stuff. And then we see Call Me Frost pulling out the rally in a great time, but what's weird is that they're pulling back, not willing to play at all in the rush to try to counteract it with the rally. The rally just going to come around the corner and not really let them push in at all. And now the rush and the rally are both gone, and Anonymax jumps in, gets pushed around a little bit. Here comes a Transcendence to let them brawl a little bit. There's nothing they can do. So the brawl is going to be pretty strong there. They're going to get a pick, but also KFC gets a pick. And now it's 4v4 on point.
It was such a clutch bubble to keep the Kiriko alive from the Roadhog there, but it's probably not going to be enough. They get that first. Poderman Joe, or excuse me, Poderjohn Joe gets that first pick in the fight, right? And you're able to protect the team for just a little bit. The Transcendence comes out. They want to win the 4-on-5, but it's just too much of a disadvantage. And KFC takes that fight win, and they've got 3 ultimates on the board.
Yeah,
3 very valuable ultimates too.
No, these are 3 like big ones. So that's going to be, I think, a big advantage for them coming into this next fight. And they're coming up on Roadhog's ult too. And if there's one part in this map where Roadhog's ult is kind of nasty, it's in close quarters. And look where they are right now. As soon as this Hog ult comes into action, this is going to end a team fight. That's all they need. We'll see how this goes. We see Ice going down first. That's a massive pick from Call Me Frost on the Brig. Playing huge. Loopdage goes for the ult, finds one. Poderjohn Joe finds Loopdage. So it's looking kind of even, but a little bit in favor right now of KFC at the moment, as Big Guy finds Lunar. Poderjohn Joe goes down as well, but it's still being well held right now. The hook comes out, finds Apollo. Apollo barely, yeah, Apollo does go down there in the end. Anonymax having to just kind of retreat into the corner here could go bad for him. Finds a health pack, does make it back safely to their team, and this is going to be 13 seconds left on the clock. Are they going to be able to touch as Anonymax just kind of jumps in, and they all know he's there. It's completely telegraphed with the sound. They all know, but they're not going to make a play yet. And so 4 seconds left on the clock. Ice touches. Might be a miscommunication on who's going to touch there, Anonymax or Ice, because they both kind of went for it at the same time. The pulse bomb comes out, does not find anything. KFC just holding for dear life. Ice is in. What are they going to find?
The Hog ult here, but it gets slept. What a play by Lunar.
Huge.
Hog ultimate not able to get any value there. UKN Fantasia pushes in. That's a big pick onto the Lucio, though. The Nano comes out. Reaper's got to put in work right here and right now. Got to get something. Oh, an anti onto Poderman Joe, and a big pick off by Ice, too. But Ana in a bad way. Reaper gets up into the face of Roadhog, just trying to keep his Ana alive, and they are able to do it. They're somehow just holding on by a thread, just little by little pushing this thing through. It's just Brig left. Tracer, everyone aggresses onto the Brigida right here, ensuring that they're going to be able to get this point 2 just by the skin of their teeth.
Wow. It doesn't get much closer than that. I mean, that was like well fought from both teams. In Fantasia just barely scraping that one. Like, that was so close. And Ice just comes in ice cold. Comes in like the Antarctic Ocean at the end there. The hook onto Doomfist.
It's a really good game of get down, Mr. President, is what we call it with Plant Gang. You know, Ana's the only support left alive. You understand how valuable that life is, and all of the DPS working together to make sure that she stays protected. Doomfist just jumps right in and gets a pick onto the Brigida too in the process. Dives right on out, and just like that, Roadhog's in a really bad way, separate from the rest of the team. A big pulse bomb onto Soldier. They're gonna get so much free push off of this.
Oh, the staggers are going to start coming to the way of Fantasia, and you can't let these staggers come into play. That's a huge stagger onto TTB Echo Mage. You cannot, as Kevin Fan Club, lose that there. Reaper needs to stay alive in this moment. Reaper cannot die in this moment. They have to do a full regroup. Cart's coming close. Who's going to touch? It better not be a miscommunication, as it looks like Big Guy's starting to make his way. Someone going to touch? Someone going to touch? Is anyone going to touch? Call Me Frost finally makes it over to the point there. The rush comes down. The visor comes out. Kamita sees what they can find. Can they find everything? The beat tries to save from that, and it looks like Looptage comes out the Blossom to take over the Soldier, and they were actually able to hold on to it. Anonymax comes alive on the Doomfist after getting nanoed, punching the way to victory. That was huge. Wow.
Somehow, some way, they will themselves to a victory. I mean, you're coming into that last fight. KFC they have Visor, they have Kitsune Rush, they have 4 major ultimates in that situation. They've got Blossom, and somehow UKN Fantasia, with just their Blossom and just their sound barrier, are somehow able to get through that fight. They're able to push through and secure, with barely any time left on the clock, a full map complete.
That's crazy. And that's like coming down to the end of the clock there. We see an awesome performance on Anonymax on the Doomfist. I don't remember if I've seen Anonymax, even on like UKN Unknown, playing the Doomfist. I don't remember.
I don't know if I've seen the Doomfist all tournament.
Honestly, you're not wrong. Doomfist has been just merely a contest at the end and overtime kind of pick, but here they legitimately just played Doomfist, and Anonymous was like in and out and kind of got a lot of value even against the Brig. Just had no problem with it.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, by the way, Lunar with a huge opening pick in that last fight, too, immediately taking out the Kiriko. Like, that was a huge defining play for that match. And Lunar's had some pretty defining plays this whole time, to be honest. As a big guy comes out onto the Sigma here, we've got double snipers, if you count Hanzo as a sniper in this situation. Got double snipers coming out for KFC, and they were looking in such a good position before. They were looking really, really good on that first point, but just barely they're able to, the UKN Fantasia is able to sneak it in. They're able to sneak it in again for point 2 and again for point 3. So look at this Reaper in this backline, though. Potterman Joe comes out with a big kill onto Ice. Reaper was aggressing the supports in the backline, but they're able to get a res, and Lunar with two big picks here coming out onto the Widowmaker, onto the Kiriko, and KFC just isn't going to be able to do anything with this.
Yeah, KFC just trying to make any sort of push they can there, and they found a massive opening pick onto Ice, except that Apollo was just able to simply resurrect it. And so they have to find some way to make this attack in such a way that it can't just be nullified by a resurrection. So we'll see kind of how they're trying to do that. It looks like they are starting to take different angles here, slowly just molding the space into their favor. You see Sigma on top of this high ground now, but has to play against the Ramatra. Ramatra just pulls out the muscles, gets slept. This is a huge opportunity for KFC. They do wake Ramatra immediately, and it does look like Fantasia is able to find the kills they need. Ramatra finding a couple of huge picks, actually, to just like clear out this alleyway. The alleyway is a no-go for KFC, as wow, well, they're pushing way up further than I thought they were, as they are starting to start to pull back now.
They were getting real greedy. They wanted that Sigma so bad, and I can't blame them, right? It would be such a nice pick, but man, just moving in. They know the right time that they have to be like, all right, guys, we're getting a little in over our heads right now. Sigma does have the Gravitic Flux. That is, I mean, man, KFC's, I mean, their ult economy is not looking healthy right now, so this Sig ult is gonna have to really put in work.
It's got the punch.
Here it comes. It's nothing.
It's nothing. But okay, but it does
get the Ramatra actually.
That's actually big.
Yeah.
That's the biggest pick you can find, honestly. I mean, like, that's their tank.
Isn't it so sad that Sigma's ultimate got nothing there? Terrible.
Oh,
and Annihilation coming out.
Here comes the Annihilation.
The way of Ramatra.
Oh my god, it's just huge.
Does get a big pick onto the Sigma. 4 up on the side of KFC, and man, that res comes in, and it's so brutal for KFC because the Flux does come through. It does get the Ramatra, but with the focus on the Ramatra, they're able to get the pick. The second that res comes out, it's all for naught.
Apollo on this Mercy, just a fantastic Mercy player. I mean, like, every single res has completely counteracted and nullified the enemy team's strategy. And so you could say that Apollo is kind of cooking right now. If we want to let someone cook, we're going to let Apollo cook right now on the Mercy.
Apollo just clutch res after clutch res, clutch play after clutch play, honestly. Loop Dage in the back line, watch out for that Blossom. Might just go for it against the Sojourn, but has the 1v1 here. Who's going to take it? It's Loop Dage getting another big first pick.
That's huge. I really liked what Loopditch did there, going in and looking like he was going to go for the Blossom, immediately turned all the attention on him and just wraithed out all of the attention and all of the cooldowns. Just baited.
Uses the Blossom to take out the tire. I've never seen that one before.
Absolutely.
But why risk it?
Massive.
Why risk it, honestly?
What an absolute chat.
I, for one, like it a lot. Poderman Joe with a big kill onto Apollo here, but Ice responds immediately with a kill onto Poderman Joe. This Mercy being out of the fight is going to be troublesome for UKN Fantasia, who does have quite the spawn advantage at the moment. Once again, get down Mr. President for Baptiste here. Lunar is going to be the only healer who's available for the time being. Want to make sure that Lunar stays alive at all costs.
Lunar absolutely does have to stay alive here as much as possible. The Kitsune Rush coming out, throws down the lamp, and now big guy KFC realizing that the Lunar's there, goes for the swings. Doesn't quite find it though. There's the shatter
potentially. No, but it's not going to be enough.
Wow.
UKN Fantasia just brings out the damage and finishes this off. And
wow.
We were expecting a banger match, and we did get a banger match. But what I wasn't expecting was such a clinical, can I say clinical performance from UKN Fantasia, really just picking KFC apart. I mean, after that map 1, it was a really, really strong showing overall. Look at this Doomfist play of the game, too.
Crazy.
Nice.
I just updated this scoreboard on my stream, by the way. I've been forgetting to do that. Okay, we got up to date now. KFC 1, UKN Fantasia 2. Moving into the push map here, I'll give you guys a look at the map pool. You know what? I'm not going to give you guys a look at the map pool. You know why? Because there's no map pool on my OBS because my computer wiped. And yeah, I don't have a map pool. Rip.
Did Kevin Fan Club won the last match? Won the last map.
Wait, what?
Map 2. Kevin Fan Club won map 2, right?
They won Li Jing.
Oh man. Oh man, I'm a goober. I thought I literally just thought this was a 3-0 for UK and Fantasia.
No.
I thought Fantasia won Lijiang. Oh my god. Good stuff to Kevin Fan Club, who is still in this match, still fighting for their winner's bracket life. Oh man, I thought this was wrapped.
Wait, am I wrong? Because I remember
there's no GGs.
Yeah, I don't see a GG. I'm pretty sure.
GGs.
Pretty sure. You got a second monitor, right? Do you want to? You can go check the stream. Like
I can check real quick.
Yeah.
I think I'm the stupid one. I'm fairly sure I am the stupid one. Oh my god! And we do have an intermission called from the side of Kevin Fan Club. No, I think you're totally right. I think right. I'm not out of my mind, right?
Well, I was out of my mind on the first map. I was definitely like I was like a little bit loopy. Just want to make sure. Yeah.
Yes. Kevin Fan Club won map 1. Oh
yeah.
My
So
God.
they won that first one, and then UKN's won the next 2. So now we're moving on to the push map, and we also have an intermission called. So we're gonna go ahead and check out the intermission, and I think I'm gonna grab some water real quick. If you want to stay and just keep talking, that's totally fine by me.
I can entertain the chat. Absolutely.
All right.
What else am I here for? Chat, you have full permission to make fun of me. You have full permission to make jokes at my expense. I deserve it. I'm sorry, KFC fans. I thought they were down and out of this map. I totally forgot that. I didn't forget. I just thought that UKN Fantasia had won Lijiang, but no, totally. Kevin Fan Club did win Lijiang. It was a very, very close map, though. It was a very close map. That's why I had it warped in my brain. But man, what a blunder on my part. Kevin Fan Club does win that map 1, but the fact remains that UKN Fantasia has looked really, really good on these last 2 maps, right, guys? I mean, like UKN Fantasia. I mean, Paraiso was close. Shambali was not. Shambali, UKN Fantasia looked crazy, crazy good on that map. I mean, like just pulling it out somehow over and over again. I mean, it was ridiculous. I think KFC, obviously a fantastic team, does have the potential to bring things back here. I think if there's any team in the competition who can, it's Kevin Fan Club. But I'm interested in seeing what map they choose here. We haven't gotten any confirmation on that yet. I'm interested in seeing what map they choose and how they go about this. I think Ice on that sniper role has been really, really good. It's been really, really, really good. They're so good at playing from range. That's what I notice about UKN Fantasia. They're just so good at playing from range. So, all right, what's chat saying here? I thought Apollo was the god of the sun or something. Isn't Ares the god of war? Ares is the god of war. Yeah, that's right. Apollo might be god of the sun. Apollo, god of war.
I'm back, by the way. Someone in the
How's it
chat
going?
says you have blue lights on your headphones. Boom roasted.
I boom roast. Oh man,
boom roasted.
I can't turn them off. Shoutouts to this isn't a sponsored stream.
No,
no free clout for Sade's headphones.
Yeah. Shoutouts to Oreos though. We are absolutely sponsored by Oreos. We're not actually sponsored by Oreos. I just fucking love them. They're amazing.
We should be. Oreos, where are you at?
I know, right? Oreos, don't you understand our 23 viewers would do way better knowing that you exist?
Where's the Oreos esports league? That's or esports org. That's what I'm wondering.
That is what we're all wondering. I don't think anyone in the history of esports has been sponsored by Oreos, and that's a mistake.
That is a mistake. Absolutely. Get on it, guys. Get on it.
Definitely
esports
no
is the future.
Sponsorships here. None at all. As I hold my Fresca up to the camera.
Nice. I don't have any products that I can display at the moment. Just water. Drink water, chat. Make sure to drink water.
Water. I said I was getting water. I got Fresca instead. It's pretty much water. There's no sugar. There's no calories. It's just good.
Your girl Silver says, how does no one say Paraíso? 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 Is that how it is? Paraíso?
Sue. No, no.
Is our American
as though Silver says it right. Let's be honest here, Silver. It's not like you say it right either.
Everyone's got, maybe it's just everyone has their own interpretation. Maybe that's what it is, you know? It's open-ended. Oh, do you guys want to see something fun? Hold on, I've got something for you guys.
We got something for okay. Niles has something for us. Oh, look at that. Winton. Let's go, Fantasia. Dorito chip emojis. What the heck?
Winton.
What's up, Bruin Overwatch? How are you?
Stream is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
Yes.
We know Overwatch is great, but have we told you guys about Raid Shadow Legends?
Or NordVPN, or Manscaped, or fucking HelloFresh, or just all this other. Yeah, of course, the classic sponsorships.
Have you ever played Raid Shadow Legends?
Me? No, I've never played it.
I haven't either.
I'm curious
though. It's working. Their marketing is working.
No, it's made me curious. I think one time I actually did install the game because I wanted to see what it was about. But I don't think I actually played any of it because like once I got into it, there was so much of a learning curve just for their bait model. It's like, look at this, and then look at this currency, and then look at this currency, then look at this thing, and look at this you can buy. This is daily. This is what you're going to do every single day. I looked at all that in the scope. I didn't even play it. I'm like, well, I'm just going to install this shit. This is terrible. I mean, it was just the same as like the Elder Scrolls Blades, the same as Diablo Immortal, you know.
Yeah.
Games on the phone. They know what their audience is, and it's never going to change.
Unless they want to sponsor LFGS, in which case...
Yeah, then we're suddenly all about it.
Paraíso is what Angelique says. Paraíso. That makes sense. With that makes sense in my mind. I
still think it's pronounced Philadelphia.
I you know what? Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
I like that one. I think that one's good.
Same city.
Basically. Close enough.
Lunar more like Gooner.
Lunar's been really good this match.
Oh, yeah.
Like super, super good.
Lunar's always been good.
This is, I was catching up on their matches before today. I was catching up on them yesterday. And Lunar was not the player that like popped out to me, right? I was looking a lot at Ice. I was looking a lot at Sput, their other tank as well. But healers, support is not a role that I tend to play, so it's not one where I put a lot of thought and focus on. But this match, you can't possibly not think about both of these healers, both of these supports, Apollo and Lunar. I mean, they've been just so consistently really, really good this whole match.
Yeah.
It's been so good.
A long ass message posted by
Yeah,
you,
golly.
that one boy. I'm not reading all that.
Too long. Didn't read. Sorry that happened to you. Or congratulations.
Necro says pronounce para ISO better. Okay.
The spite, the spite, the pettiness. I have to respect it.
Oh my god. Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. Did you know that you have rights? The Constitution says you do, and so do I. I believe until proven guilty, every man, woman, and child in this country is innocent, and that's why I fight for you, Albuquerque. Okay, cool.
Oh, is that how you pronounce it?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure it's Albuquerque.
I wonder why they added a map with such a tricky name to pronounce to Overwatch. I didn't realize it was pronounced Albuquerque.
Yeah, neither do I.
Where is the Albuquerque map? That's what I'm asking for. Where is the Albuquerque Overwatch map?
I don't know.
You just know it would be a push map too.
You know it'd be a push map.
You know it'd be a push map.
Because everyone in Albuquerque is a pushover. Yeah.
Why is Albuquerque catching some strays right now?
I don't know. I just had to say it. You said push map, and I just wanted to say something. It's the only thing I can think of as a roast.
Rip if you live in Albuquerque right now, honestly.
If you live in Albuquerque, I'm not sorry.
Maybe you choose somewhere else to live.
Yeah, you just live in the wrong place. I don't know what to say.
I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen any swaps coming in from either team. I know they've got a bunch of players in their coaching channel right now. They've got a huge coaching channel right now, actually. Oh my god. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people? Golly.
God damn. It's like 2 teams. Are they running pugs or something? Like, what's going on?
They're just warming up in Valorant while waiting on this match, this brief intermission.
I remember the other day I'm doing the feature match. I'm looking at the coaching channel and I just see like the little Discord activity rocket icon. I'm like, I know they're playing some putt bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's just great. You love to see it.
There really is so many. Oh my god.
A Brazilian dies? How much is a Brazilian?
Oh my god. So many.
That's so many people. I don't even know how big that number is.
Oh god. We got to stop saying the name. We just got to stop. There's lives on the line. I didn't realize there were lives on the line.
There's so many.
A Brazilian.
Not a million, not a billion. A whole Brazilian people die. Oh my god, I'm dead.
So, Asmund.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a moment here. Do you want to take this time to plug some featured scrims a little bit and let the people know what's happening?
Yeah, I'd love to plug a little bit of the featured scrim. So, featured scrims is going to be like where we're just going to feature on just like this. Instead of a tournament game, it's going to be a featured scrim, like a scrim that's happening in our community. And what you'll do is you'll just get your scrim partner to say, hey, we're going to be scrimming on this day that happens to be a featured scrim day. If we're just willing to do 9 to 11 EST, then we can get on the feature match and we can kind of get practice in front of a live audience to prepare for this tournament we're trying to play in, right? and it gives teams a chance to play in front of a live audience, but it also gives us a chance to put new casters in front of those teams on the live stage and give them a chance to practice casting, because there is no such thing as practicing casting in the real world. You don't get to just practice that, right? So the opportunity is huge to be able to practice that in front of the live audience. And then on top of that, we're also going to have coaching panels. Hopefully we're going to have these coaching panels going thing. And these coaching panels, I envision, are going to be really, really strong panels. We're not talking about just like random coaches. I'm in talks with some pretty cool organizations out there, and some coaches that are of like the GM level are expressing their interest in potentially being on these coaching panels. So and it's going to be ideally different every time, and we'll hopefully get these really high end coaches to do the coaching panel and actually give constructive criticism to both teams, right? And so it's not just one team; they're both the teams get to ask questions and interact with these really high level coaches, and as well, Twitch chat should be able to ask questions as well and get answers from these coaches. So, gonna be really cool, a really nice little event there, and we'll just basically do a live feature of a scrim, turn a scrim into a show match, and offer as much value as we can.
Yeah, it's gonna be so much fun. I remember hearing that idea and watching the video, and I was just very excited. I was like, this is so cool. I know Plant Gang is definitely going to be taking advantage of that at least once or twice. I mean, it's just like such a great idea just for getting some teams some live experience and getting everyone some live experience, whether it be, stream runners or casters or players or coaches, whatever. It's just a fun idea, and I just love this whole league in general. I think it's what you guys have done has been so fun. So thank you for allowing us to play and everything. It's been a good time.
Thank you. Gonna just pause for a second here, because I am reading a DM that I need to respond to, and it's about this tournament. Mm-hmm. It's about this exact match, actually.
Okay.
Yep. So give me a second as I just check something real quick. You can talk too if you want. You can fill the space. I'm just trying to check. We're just looking at UKN Fantasia's SR average, which is said to be potentially above the 2800 line. I just want to make sure before I call anything here. I just want to make sure.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna need
coordinating things over here with both teams going into this map 4. We are on Esperanza, is where we're going to be. I'm not saying that one wrong, right?
Esperanza.
And Esperanza. I've heard Esperanza, but I believe it's Esperanza. Heading into that for our push map. That one's pretty low to the ground. I know a lot of Arisas really enjoy that map. I know a lot of Reinhardts really enjoy that map. And Reinhardt being really, really, strong on that map, that suddenly I think swings things back in favor of Kevin Fan Club a little bit, right? They rocked that Reinhardt on Lijiang. They got that win. We saw a bunch of really clutch shatters coming out from Kevin Fan Club too. So maybe, a map that's a little bit tighter, right? This might be exactly what Kevin Fan Club needs, right? Because when there's been a lot of space, when there's been a lot of big eye lines and open space, UKN Fantasia has done really, really well just because they've got such great hit scan players. They're really well coordinated. But once you get into that scrappy situation, I feel like that's where Kevin Fan Club tends to shine a little bit more. So perhaps that Reinhardt coming out, which I have to imagine is what's going to come out, or the Orisa for this map, maybe that swings things back in their favor. And just like that, we're on another King of the Hill map. Another tight, close quarters map where there's not a lot of running that UKN Fantasia can do. I'd hold on tight if you're a KFC fan. I'd hold on real tight real quick because we might see things swing back in their favor, despite how good UKN Fantasia has been on these past 2 maps. We might see things swing right back in their favor. I don't know. It'll be interesting to watch for. For sure. We've got Tunas coming out in the chat right now. You'll love to see it. Having some quick talk in the chat. Just getting this game 4 put together. I know we've had some issues.
Yeah.
I know AC Ruse has come
Yeah,
very close to hitting that 2,800 mark to the point where they've just
right.
had to stop playing comp altogether.
Yeah, actually
They're
got a message from Hot Dog Magoo or whatever. He told me that they went a little above 2,800, so they're gonna have to shuffle things around a little bit for the next match. Actually,
yeah, I know they've hit the point where they just have to stop playing
yeah.
comp. You know, Plant Gang hasn't had that issue. We're
Mm-hmm.
bad. So, but a couple of these teams we've gotten real close to that ceiling, right? It's kind of the weird quirk of having a tournament format where everyone's supposed to be under a specific level, right? Um, the
Yeah,
tournament goes really well, your team starts to improve, you get better and better, and you start to climb the ranks, and suddenly you can't even compete anymore, right? So Esperanza, I can't believe it. I can't I can't
yeah.
believe that's how it's pronounced.
Indeed. So we're just holding up real quick. We gotta get maybe like Clockworks to come in or somebody, just because we're a situation here where UKN Fantasia, their roster is just, they're right on that bleeding edge there. They do need to take one person out to get them below that 2,800 average threshold.
Mm.
I'm not going to hold anything against them. I didn't realize until just now when I was messaged by the other team here. But yeah, it looks like they're just a little above. So I'm going to have them swap somebody out here, and then they'll be under the required average for the tournament.
Okay, well, there you have it. There
Yeah.
you have it.
So
Gonna see a quick swap come in from UKN
hope so. Hope soon
Fantasia
here.
here, and we'll get into this map 4. And hey, looking real exciting right now if you're a Kevin Fan Club fan, then, right?
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, this
Now
is
you're
your
thinking like,
opportunity.
okay, interesting. So they were a little above. They're a
Here's
little
your
above.
opportunity.
This is their chance to maybe like throw off Fantasia's mental game a little bit.
Golden as it gets. Shiny Umbreon does make a good point. Rip Extended Member, one of the players on Plant Gang, did
Yeah,
rank up too high and is no longer able to compete in the tournament.
I know. Poor extended member.
Shout outs,
I
shout
appreciate
outs.
him. He was very honest. Immediately DM'd me and told me he made it to Diamond 1 or something like so. Congrats to
A
him. Yeah,
legend.
I like that
Congrats.
he messaged me immediately. That was nice of him. Made things very simple.
Asmund, I'll let you know if I ever climb out of gold.
I'll let you know. It's like, or you'll let me know as soon as you. No, I'll let you know when you climb out.
Hey, congratulations, you did it.
Yeah,
What?
I've been stalking you this whole time. Found you.
The second I hit my 5th match, I've got a message in my DMs. One day. I was in plat, but then I deranked because of the new season. So, and I haven't had the time to. I haven't had the time to keep going.
Man,
Unfortunate.
can I tell you about my hardship, man? I've been like, I haven't been playing a whole lot of Overwatch lately. I've just been like doing this and like not actually playing the video game myself. But like, so a week ago, I tried to play the video game and like it's just not going well. Like my game is super laggy. This is like kind of building up to my PC problems that I ended up having overall. And so I was like, I disconnected on a game and then it suspended me for a little while. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Ugh.
And so my first card, I played a little bit more today. I was a little bit, sad about that. So I didn't play again until today, like over a week later. And I did do some nice wins, but because of the suspension I had there, it didn't like rank me up much. I only went up 1 rank when I feel like I should have gone up more than that.
Yeah.
And then starting on my next card, I disconnect again. Not just a disconnect, but like a full game crash. Like, would you like to send an error report kind of thing? And then I go into the game, and the suspension is not 15 minutes. Now it's an hour suspension.
Ugh.
And my next card's probably going to be crap because of it. And so it's like, it's just not worth it. It's like, man,
Kills your motivation.
as soon as I try to come back in, every time it's just like, I don't know, I just get problems. I'm glad at least that these problems are coming up when I'm playing comp and not during these feature matches, because if I can't play comp, that's one thing, but I want to make sure I get these matches to you guys, and it would suck if my computer kept crashing during these.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Everyone pray for fewer computer hardships for Asmund.
Yeah.
He's been through the ringer, man.
Let's
Swap looped for clock.
Looped for clock. Let's see what they're doing here. So loop dig. Yes.
There we go. We're all swapped.
All right, I think that's good enough. Give me 1 second here. Just running some quick math. Oh, I counted him as a diamond 4 before, but that's open queue. Okay, no, so there's still plat 3, 2, plat 2, plat 5. Pulling up that calculator one more time. Give me 1 second.
Speaking of having trouble in ranked, for those who are maybe some Super Smash Bros. Melee fans, I've been playing a lot of Slippy, and I have not had a very good go of it the past couple of days. Let me tell you, I play Ness. I was previously the best Ness player in the world.
No,
right now,
what?
I was previously the best Ness player in the world in Super Smash Bros. Melee.
No, you weren't.
That's my fun fact about me. Yeah, that's my fun fact about me.
No.
Yeah, I was. Seriously, I seriously was.
What?
Yeah.
Yo, what?
This is my fun fact about myself.
That's not just a fun fact. That's insane. Yo.
It's not that insane. Ness is a very unpopular character because he's so bad. it's not as
when
crazy
you said
as
Ness,
it seems.
I thought you meant like Nintendo Entertainment System, like that game.
Oh.
I thought you were like, I'm the best Super Smash player in the world. I'm like,
oh no.
Way,
the character Ness. I was the best Ness player for a minute.
Oh.
Stopped playing the game. I've recently started again, and I'm trying to break into the top 3 right now. And it's been a little bit more difficult than I was hoping, but you know, that's how ranked games go. That's how competitive games go. You win some, and then you lose a lot, and then you win some, and then you lose a lot. And then you're sitting there in your room and you're like, why am I doing this?
All right.
It's all for fun.
It's all for fun. That's such a cool factoid though. Good job on that.
Yes.
In the chat here, we're confirming now that with the swap of Clockworks in for was it Looptage? Looptage needs to be red spec, by the way. Red spec, not all spec.
Oh, yes.
And then, but with that swap, they are back to the exact Razor Edge 2800 average, which is the highest allowed average in this tournament. They are really just straight up on the edge of that. And so is KFC, by the way. KFC, I think they're either 2800 or like 2780. They're like right on that. So, yeah, pretty even. Okay. Going into the push map.
All right.
We'll see.
Let's go ahead and get into it.
Oh, okay. We're in. I hope both
they
teams
had
are
readied
ready.
up.
Oh, they're ready.
So,
okay, they're good. They're good. Awesome. Okay, I'm sorry for that a little bit there, but we want to make sure we're doing the rules right. We're not bending the rules here. So we got that taken care of.
Especially once that gets brought up, once that comes to our attention, definitely want to address that.
Yeah, definitely.
PK Master says, "Wait, it's actually true. I googled it. I'm not lying."
That's so
I'm not
crazy.
making stuff up. Come on, guys.
We have the best Ness player in the entire Earth. Imagine the solar system. Imagine the Milky Way galaxy of all the players. This is the best one right here. Like, that's insane. And he plays Overwatch.
I was really good in like 2019, and then I stopped playing. So I haven't been the best in a while. But
what's the secret to Ness? How can people become insane of the hero?
Stop caring so much about being the best.
Damn. Okay. That's actually applicable to everything, honestly.
Honestly, that's the facts. No, with Ness, with such a bad character, you actually just like, it's all mental. You just really, and which is why I couldn't do it anymore, because I'm just like, I have a horrible mental when it comes to competitive games. Blank Gang will tell you. Blank Gang will tell you.
Really?
Oh, it's I get a little salty. I do. I admit it.
Okay.
All right.
Well, as long as you admit it.
It's true. I'm reformed. I'm trying to get there. We see the 2 Winstons coming out from either side, from Kevin Fan Club and from UKN Fantasia. It's exciting to get back into this match. Ice, of course, on that Tracer, too, who's so dangerous before. And Tracer immediately going for the backline. Frost is down just like that. Clockworks, the new player coming in, gets the pick there. Anonymax charges in. There's only 3 players left on the side of Kevin Fan Club. KFC, I was mentioning in the match beforehand, there goes Ana. That's a nice pick right there. I was mentioning in the match beforehand that, I think Reinhardt's really, really solid on this map. It would be exciting to see Big Guy, who, you know, they did get that win on Lijiang. It would be pretty exciting to see the Reinhardt maybe come out here, but I don't know. We'll see how this matchup goes. Of course, with Clockworks on Genji, Winston's a really good pick for that, so maybe you just stay.
Wow, the peel there from Clockworks coming out on Genji with this debut release here into this tournament. Immediately finds an insane peel on Lunar there to make sure he doesn't get bullied by the Sombra in the backline. Really cool play from him there.
Winston jumping into the background, or into the backline, looking for something. Clockwork getting a little bit low with that Winston on him. Winston is able to pick up a kill right there. It's just back and forth. Ice manages to get a kill on the Echo here. You gotta watch how low that Mercy is too. Lunar in the backline really low as well. She's going to get picked off. The Ana gets picked off by the Winston there. And look at this fight. It's happening so far and spread out, right? Just all this time while it's happening, a fair bit of point progress being made by the push bot.
See, I mean, it's just like spanning out here. We're just seeing like a lot of space being covered by like so many different people. We see Apollo kind of taxing Lunar back to the fight. And with all that happening, there's still a fight happening like on point. We see Ice here just trying to stay alive as long as possible, hold the bot as much as he can, and we see Big Guy having to retreat back to the team, pulls out the Primal to stay alive as long as they can. But at this point, it does look like it's going in the way of Fantasia. As the picks settle, as the dust settles, it's still kind of Fantasia here, and it's on Big Guy honestly to kind of see that. Yeah, and he's not going to see it quite in time, and unfortunately is going to go down. Anonymax taking a lot of space forward here, just trying to plug in this hole so that there's not going to be any sort of like residual returns to the point as they try to pick up that first point there, giving them that spawn advantage, which is huge for push, by the way. If you can get that in a push game first, you are in a huge lead. But more than that, they also have so much more push on the card. 60 meters to 2 meters is... honestly, it's a huge deal.
A huge difference, and can I just say a huge sound barrier at the end of that previous fight in order to keep Anonymax alive, but a big EMP coming out here. Are they able to get any follow-up off of it? Not quite. Clockworks comes in with the blade and is able to get the kill onto the Sombra. Pick onto Ice here, but I think the picks are just much tougher for KFC to have to deal with right here. I mean, okay, Calling Frost doing some work in the back line, right? But I do think that's going to be just about it right there. I mean, the Hogs still fighting on point, at the very least, preventing this push bot from pushing much further. Clockworks gets removed from the fight, but of course that spawn advantage is going to allow them to get back fairly quickly.
Ooh, look what we got here. We have a very good tactical retreat here. Notice the bot. No one's near it. I mean, it's 80 meters to 2. What motivation does UKN Fantasia have to push the bot really anymore? And this is such an interesting play coming from both teams. I mean, like, really everything that you're seeing here that UKN is doing, they don't even need to do it. They're so far ahead they could just play in the previous space, but decide to push forward anyway. And it does actually turn out well for them as they do get 2 picks here. The momentum massively in their favor as they push huge all the way over to the second point area, potentially even taking down Big Guy on the Roadhog. Can he stay alive? Almost makes it back into spawn, but honestly just not quite good enough. And you see Potter John Joe trying to shoot Hanzo arrows from spawn, can't even push any further here, and it looks like the choice of pushing past the cart there more than they really even needed to is going to pay off them as they are on the final stretch of Main Street here, threatening to win not just this map but the entire match.
Everything hangs in the balance right here in such a high IQ play to retreat. When you don't have the manpower, why even fight it? Coalescence comes out here from the side of KFC. That's going to give them some space, but what a great back out in the ice with a double on the pulse bomb. Oh my god! And just like that, things have opened right back up for UKN Fantasia. It's so coordinated, it's so smart. The second they see an inopportune situation with that Coalescence, they just all together, just with so much ease and coordination, just back out. They take the fight on their terms, and I don't even think you can touch here if you're KFC. They do get the Reaper on the point. It's, oh god, he's got a Wraith just to stay alive. That's a big pick onto the Kiriko, though. Putterman Joe might have just kept his team alive in this fight. Their tournament winners bracket life alive. At that, Roadhog's only one left. He's got the ultimate. He's going to be pushing everyone as far as possible away, just buying as much time as possible. That point is so close to completion. Roadhog does go down. There's the Blossom, but it's not going to pick anything up.
Wait a minute. It's back in. Actually, it's huge. Potter John Joe alongside Reaper. Kamita has actually pulled out the picks they need, but they cannot C9. Okay, well, they're not going to C9. My bad. They're not going to C9. The bot's moving. I was thinking silly. But, you know, they're pushing the cart here. That was such a huge comeback. And honestly, just at the final moment, they could not have waited a single, like, more second. One more second. They literally lose the match and go into the losers bracket of this playoff season, but they were able to pull it back here. Can they claw their way? Can they claw their way all the way back to victory here? As we see big.
The bot hasn't reached the middle ground, so there is still spawn advantage, but Poterman Joe, another huge pick. He's come up big for his team a couple times now in this late game. I mean, I don't know if you win this right now if he isn't on the screen right now. I mean, this is really, really clutch stuff. The D.Va does die there, and thankfully, this spawn advantage is finally going to get removed, and KFC is starting to get some progress for what feels like the first time all match.
And this is the kind of breathing room you need. Like at this point, they can lose a fight and not lose in this entire match, right? And that is pivotal here. So they're in the territory where they have to lose like 2 full fights in a row before they actually lose. And that's got to be kind of comfortable for them. Here, they swapped off of the Winston over to the D.Va here from Anonymax. So trying to play around that hog perhaps is the idea. Big push by Fantasia. Yeah. And Call Me Frost coming with a really timely beat here, actually shifting the momentum all the way back to their favor in that massive purple, going to just minimize and nullify all the momentum from Fantasia, except we do see Clockworks pulling off the blade here, again showing us a
blade.
It is actually huge. Does it go down?
Blossom comes out from the side of KFC, just trying to stabilize things a little bit, but the Pulse Bomb manages to take out the Ana. It's a 2-on-2 fight, Roadhog and Reaper versus a Lucio and Tracer. Tracer does manage to take out the Reaper, and just like that, it's just Roadhog. Is he going to be able to get anything? Not even a pick. And just like that, UKN Fantasia, the bot's back in their control.
Yeah, and that I mean, it's good for KFC that they were able to push the bot that far, and that represents multiple fight wins that they were able to pull off there. But here, all of it's just kind of being pushed back. It looks like they might just leave the bot center. No, it does look like Apollo is going to be walking the bot. So bot's going to keep moving here as KFC pushes through Mega Room.
Yeah, and they're pushing through this Mega Room. You gotta watch the bot at least a little bit. They do respond to the bot. They do stop it in its tracks, but not before Anonymax gets 2 big picks and a third. This is really scary now. The push bot is so close to the end goal here. If you're Roadhog right now, you just have to exactly use the ultimate, but the Pulse Bomb comes out. It's a big one from Ice. Is anyone going to be able to... Lucio, currently on the point, is going to be the last one on the team, but he just moves away and gives it up for free.
Wow.
UKN...
That was crazy. Oops. Looks like my Discord's crashed.
Strong. They played well together. And they're going to take a 3-1 victory here over Kevin Fan Club, the higher seed.
My Discord crashed there for a second. Sorry about that.
Oh, are we back?
No, we're back. We're good.
Okay, good.
No, we're fine.
What did we miss? Where were we? Where was I?
Right at the end. Right as soon as UK and Fantasia won, my Discord crashed for some reason.
Dang. Oh, unfortunate. Well, hey, UKN Fantasia taking that map. They looked really great. They were coordinated. They worked well together. They were fast and responsive in any given situation. They were really, really great that match. And they pull out a big upset victory over Kevin Fan Club there. Even with the Clockworks swap in, Clockworks played great. He had some great, opening picks and a really good blade. UKN Fantasia just looked excellent in that match. That means Kevin Fan Club is going to drop down and play against some certain plants in losers bracket. That'll be fun. That'll be a good one.
You know, losers bracket kind of looking pretty spicy right now. I was going to say that. Just going to a little spicy.
Yeah, big time.
A little bit spicy down there in the loser bracket. We got some of the best teams down there. You know, we got KFC, we got Plant Gang. You know,
Clappers are really strong too. Clappers are really, really strong too.
That's true. Clapper's pretty good. That is definitely pretty good. I wonder if we're gonna get any. I guess everyone's like leaving. I don't do. Anyone want to do a post match interview? We can. Do you want to? So you get Anonymax in here. Has they moved up from UKN Unknown to UKN Fantasia? Ice wants to. Okay, we get an Ice in here. All right, let's see.
Ooh, okay.
Hello, Ice. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. How are you?
Good. How are you? You must be feeling great.
I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. We're going to
Hell yeah. This has to be such a great feeling because the last time you played against Kevin Fan Club, it was kind of an upsetting like 3-2 loss, right? It was so close. Was that right?
Yeah.
Wow. So what's changed between then and now?
During that time, I think we weren't as much like coordinated as we are now. We had a lot more time to practice in between these tournaments. We did a lot of scrims. We worked hard. We played comp together. I mean, we did everything to practice just to have this coordination that we do now.
And can I just say it has paid off, and I notice it like it's real. The coordination today, especially you on the tracer. In these dives, you and Clockworks together work really well. The Tracer Genji combo definitely worked. That was pretty impressive.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I was surprised that Genji worked. We don't normally run Genji in that, but it worked, and I'm happy it did because we showed them.
Is that Clockworks' new main, or like where did that idea come from?
Clockworks normally runs Genji, so he just kind of ran it. I mean, and it works. I mean.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. Wow. So what you got to see though, is this chat who has been spamming ice cold the entire match. We've been making so many puns off of your name. I'm sorry.
No, it's all fine.
No, you'll have to rewatch this game actually on the stream because we definitely made a lot of memes out of your name. we had fun with it. We had fun with it. Wow. And so man, what does this put you into contention playing with next? It's like you have to play against now the winner between like AC Ruse and somebody, right? AC Ruse and Aimless, right? So AC Ruse and Aimless plays next, and you have to play against one of them. Who do you want to play with more? Who you root for?
Honestly, I'm hoping Aimless wins so we can go against him.
Okay.
I feel like that'd be a good opponent for us.
You know they picked up Tiny Donut, right?
Yeah, they picked up Tiny Donut. That's gonna mess us
they got
up,
the donut. You got to be scared of the donut, dude.
Yeah, we're quaking in our boots.
Quaking in your boots about the donut. Can I get some donuts in the chat? Oh my god. Do we still have that emote? Yes, we do. I'm gonna spam the emote. Big. Okay, we spam the emote. Okay, we're good. Anyway, I don't really have any more questions for you. You guys played great tonight. You should be super proud of yourselves. That was awesome.
Thank you.
All right. You have a good night.
You too.
Bye. All right, and so that's going to wrap this match up. Thank you so much, Nihilus, for joining me as well. That was awesome of you.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. And so our next feature match is going to be, let's see, I just have the event already. It's going to be Sunday at 8 p.m. EST, 5 p.m. PST. And so that is going to be AC Ruse versus Aimless Esports. We'll hope to see you again then. Thank you so much for coming out tonight and supporting these two teams in this absolute gigabanger. This was a great one, and it's going to go down in the history books as one of the best Overwatch games of all time. So, yeah, absolutely. Anyway, thank you. Have a good night.